Would you care to join me for evening tea? Because I've got this really interesting thing off eBay called a Lithuanian MRE. Now, this is a food portion issued to the sort of Lithuanian Army, and the MRE stands for Meal Ready to Eat. Now, I'm not sure if that's it's got a wee slot here to open it, a wee rip. I'm not sure if that's an acronym that's been repurposed or if that's what it actually means, Meal Ready to Eat. But I found these online and I investigated them. I searched online for them and found there is just this whole culture on YouTube of people who review these meals. And they're very interesting. Including some. This one is well within date. This one's up valid till about 2018. It's 2017 at the moment. But there are people who review meals that are from like the 1950s and much older than me. And they're still apparently edible. So the first thing I'm going to do before I go into these other items is open this, because this is one of the most interesting bits. This is the main course. So where's the knife? Crazy Russian Hacker also reviews these things. So this is, what does it say? It's in a completely different language. That's fine. That's quite acceptable. I would expect that. Oh, it's got instructions. Method. Strip the warming bag from the top towards the arrow. Remove the food packet from the box and place to the warmer arm. Chemical element shall be in the bottom. To the line printed in the packet bottom, pour water, 60 milliliters, bend the warmer arm to avoid water leaking and place it in horizontal position so that chemical element would absorb water. Then immediately place the warmer with food packet to cardboard box. Be careful to avoid burning. In 12 minutes, remove the warmer from food packet with the box, strip the warmer arm as shown towards an arrow, open food packet and enjoy warm food. Method 2. Method 2 is the same, but they actually keep the warming packet separate. Strip the warming bag from the top and blah, blah, blah. 60 milliliters of water, bend it to close it, place it with the food packet and put it in the cardboard box. Okay, so this is the warming packet. And this basically has an exothermic chemical reaction sachet in it. And what you do is you tear it here. It says tear here, that's quite handy. It's got instructions in English. This is very handy. And it's got a little watermark at the bottom here. For those of you wondering why my thumb has got a big black dot in the middle, it's because I was working on something mechanical and it was very spring-loaded and it pinged, as things do, and whacked my thumb. And it was one of those moments, it didn't really hurt that much. So I was thinking, oh, I think I've got off with that. It's not going to do that thing where your nail goes black. And no, I didn't go off with it. It went black. So I'm sliding this food sachet, which is apparently, I think it's a pork casserole. I'm sliding it in here. And now I have to add 60 milliliters of water, which I've been doing my research. I've measured this out to save time. So I'm going to pour this in. And then you fold the packet up. I notice, all right, it's got tabs here. I don't know if that's just is that a marker for, oh, that is a label. That's quite handy. It doesn't mention that. So let's fold this up and then lay this flat. And the idea of laying it flat is that the exothermic reaction pad is now going to absorb the water and hopefully start heating. Is it heating? Oh, I'm hearing fizzing, bubbling noises. I think it's heating. Then you shove it back in the box for insulation. And we'll leave that to cook away while we look at the other stuff. Oh, get in. Just shove it in. This is where this is going to explode something probably. And just for extra entertainment, just to keep it off my bench, I shall put a bit of foam under it like that. So we'll sit that to the side and we'll see if that does anything. It's making bubbling noises. Let's take a look at the other things. There is, for making drinks, there is in here a little warmer, which is well shut. Oh, that is making loud bubbling noises and it's puffing up. That's quite exciting. So we've got this metal plate in here. Oh, here's the instructions for that. It's basically... Oh, that's quite alarming. Is this going to explode? This is all puffing up. It's like a big lithium battery. It's like, look at it. It's like, oh, oh, that's alarming. I'm just looking for a plastic container to put this in case that blows up. Should be alright. What's the worst could happen? So we get this. One side bends up like this. That thing is now emitting strange smelling fumes. I should not point that at myself. I think I'm just going to like, oh, that's kind of pressurizing. That is disconcerting. So this thing folds to make a sort of improvised plate. Right, this is actually really belching lots of steam out now. Scary. So I'll put this out the way. And what you get for the plate here, in this little bag here, is a plastic spoon. You get, what's this? Refreshing towel, that's nice. A cable tie. If this steams up now, it's because there's just steam belching out everywhere. I might just put this. This thing is really just unbelievably just belching. The heat is incredible off that. Is this going to steam up the camera? If it steams up the camera, I shall wipe the camera. So you get a cable tie. People keep saying, what's the cable tie for? I reckon it's for when you've finished everything, you put it in the bag and then tie it up the cable tie. Surprised the camera is not steamed up yet. It's getting a lot of steam here. You get a full box of matches, which is really odd. Let's test them. Are they ferocious? Oh, quite ferocious matches, I have to say. Handy. Oh, that's calming down now. That's good. Oh, that is really superheated steam coming out of that. You get the 3 fuel portions, and this is for heating water. I won't be lighting these here for reasons of, like, well, setting fire to my camera, basically. You get a packet of almonds. Let's sniff them and see how fresh they are. Smells fresh, smells very almondy. Nice almonds. This is a chocolate bar. Now, all the other ones I saw, the chocolate bar had been absolutely destroyed by heat. But we don't have much heat here, so yay, mine's almost intact. Right, chocolate bar. Quite dark chocolate. More of a fan of milk chocolate myself, but that's absolutely acceptable. We've got apricot jam by the look of it. We've got ration food packet. What does it say here? Do I really want to read all this? It doesn't really. Oh, it's got instant drink. Oh, where's the instant drink? Sugar. That's handily written. Orange flavour instant drink with vitamin C. I can see 600 ml here, like, okay, so 600 millilitres of water. I have got a jug of 600 millilitres of water here, conveniently. A stained jug, by the look of it, but that's alright. It gets used for lots of things. Oh, this is quite damp and crystally looking, so let's tip this in. 600 mils is quite a lot. I'm guessing this is quite high sugar, also for the carbohydrate and energy, because it is kind of designed to keep the military operatives fueled up, so to speak. It smells like a little whiff of vomit there, actually. It's odd. It smells chemical orange. Where's my universal spoon that does all? So it's got lots of coarse sugar in it. I think I'm going to have to sit that for a while because and taste it afterwards, because the coarse sugar is not dissolving too readily. That's all right. It will dissolve in due course. What else do we have? Instant coffee. Now, is this just going to be like Nescafe or something like that? This is where I can bring in my mug, which I've also got. Now, this mug, I bought this in an Asian shop, and I just thought it was quite a cute mug because it was a cartoon of Jesus with his, like, the 12 disciples or whatever, 10 disciples. I don't know. I didn't read the Bible. But I just thought it's quite cute, all the beardy sort of blokes, as I would. And I didn't realise until I got to the end, and the clue is that Jesus is looking that direction. I didn't realise that the last one was actually snorting cocaine off the table. But that makes it all the better, actually. So let's get this coffee. Now, I don't see creamer. Do I guess that maybe in Lithuania, like Turkey, they don't tend to really drink milk with their coffee, do they? Let's pour it into the mug and add some water and see what this tastes like. Smells like cheap coffee, but that might just be a sort of chicory-ish thing, right? One more, I'm just going to put some water in this. That's heating nicely. These biscuits here are a sort of an alternative to bread by the look of it. Rusks. And one of the things that's commonly noted by other people doing a look at these meal rations is that they're very, very hard. They are. What's the closest I've described to that? It's a savoury biscuit. It's not a sweet biscuit. I don't know if I could describe another biscuit. I don't think they'd sell very well if you just sold them as biscuits. But in this application with jam, which is going to make everything better, let's try the apricot jam. Not many fruit bits in the jam, but it is a fruit jelly and makes these biscuits absolutely perfectly acceptable. That's quite nice, actually. You may notice that it's very hard to do anything wrong with me regarding food. Now, let's get that coffee through because it's just boiled. And that coffee was probably supposed to do you a whole day, so let's add their sugar to it. I'm guessing this is just white sugar. The food packet has calmed down now, that's a relief. I was waiting for it to go bang like when I cook stuff in the microwave without opening it first. Quite possibly deliberately, just for the excitement of things going bang in the microwave. So where's my spoon? My current spoon is currently in the orange juice. That's alright, it's in here now. That's going to be red hot. Also, I kind of prefer milk with it. I may add some milk to that. I'll take a wee taste as it is. Kind of bland for coffee, actually. I'm not a coffee expert, but it just tastes a wee bit dull. That could do with some milk and sugar. More sugar. So that means I think the meal may be ready to eat. So let's get this out of its dodgy chemical bag. Ew. Ew. That is absolutely red hot in there. That is so hot. Let's see if we can fish this out. The steam is just amazingly hot. That's one of the most exothermic things I've come across apart from scientific experiments that went wrong. So let's get that out, get some kitchen towel. I'm not sure what to do with this now. I think it's still probably doing its biz. I'm going to get some kitchen towel and mop this down to get all this sort of chemical off it because goodness knows what they're using for the exothermic. Apparently you've not to eat it. This, given what it's just done, I think that's probably a good idea. So let's get the box out the way and let's get that out the way and that out the way and this precarious out the way. There we go. And see what this tastes like or smells like. Hopefully it is still actually fresh. So I need a bachelor bowl here. Ooh. Give it a wee sniff. Oh, that smells perfectly acceptable to me. In comes my repurposed noodle bowl. Let's squish this out into it. I like the way that when it heats up with the steam, all the information about it disappears. So what's this going to be like? Where's my spoon? It's still in the orange juice. Let's dig it back out, the orange juice. So what is this? I can see what looks like it's quite a grainy substance, like it's got rice or I could have read the ingredients first, except, of course, they were in Lithuanian, which doesn't really help. There's chunks of meat. It's piping hot. It's kind of sausagey, which kind of fits, given it did say something along that line on the bag in a different language, but it did have a hint of sausaginess to it. That is very savoury, very vegetably, and it's nice. It's kind of almost porridgey in a way, but savoury porridge with porky bits in it. That is nice. That's really good. That would be even better if you're in the cold and dark somewhere and you were just, this would be quite a warming thing to eat. So what else have we got? I've got my orange drink. Hold on, I'm going to have to use the same spoon again. Screw your sporks. I just like, this is a Poundland spoon. And it's really long. It's like, they call it a cocktail spoon or something like that. But to me, it's the sort of spoon you'd get for eating like ice cream sundaes, like Knickerbocker Glories and things like that, where you need the long reach. I think these are great. I really like these spoons. I'm just going to taste this straight out the jug. Okay, 600 millilitres was just a wee bit too much water for that, unless there's still some sugar dissolved, but it's flavoured it, but I think I'd have used a lot less water than that. But still perfectly acceptable as a drink. So, yes. And of course the moist wipe for once I've finished, because I'm just about to eat all this. So I recommend going online and looking on Amazon and eBay for these military rations, MREs, because they are really interesting. There's, you get the Russian ones, you get the... In fact, you know what to do. I'm going to put a link down below in the description to the Crazy Russian Hackers review of this same meal, or one of the packs. I'm not sure if they do different numbers, and each number represents a different type of main course. But that'll give you an idea of what sort of stuff you can get, because he does loads of these MRE reviews. In fact, I'll put a link to another YouTuber who does the really weird. I'll put a link to one of the weirdest ones where he really, like, he's got a gas mask on and everything while he's opening something because they're so old. And he's actually tasting some of the foods from ones that are, over 50 years old. And it's like some of the cans are just rotten inside. But it's an interesting video, just seeing what does survive and what he can kind of eat. But yeah, I like this enough that I may actually order a few more of these. I've got a Russian one on the way. So yeah, I quite like this. This is tea and I'm about to eat it. Good night.